Hi, this is Ron at Tube. Today is a special day. We get our first chance to play Call of the Wild, theAngler. It's going to be warts and all videos. I'm going to do lots of them, and we're just going to play the game. You'll see me learn, make mistakes, have fun, warts and all. So, here we go. I can't wait to try this out. I've been waiting so long for this, getting hyped. I love fishing myself, so what better than a fishing game? So here we go. I'm going to mute the music because you got to watch that when you're doing videos. But this is exactly as is. So we're going to skip that. Go in. Play. Let's have a look at the options, shall we? So we've got a few settings here. I know there's more in-depth settings once you get in game. It gives you basic settings once you start. Click confirm, then it starts. But basically once you get in, there's quite a lot of details you can change, configure, and we'll look at that deeper once we get in game. Right, let's see how long it takes us to catch our first fish. So we've got a little intro showing you the reserve. It's looking nice. It's obviously going to look nice. It's on same engine as Call of the Wild, but I think this is actually tweaked, a newer version of it, the Apex engine. So it does look nice. Running water as well. A lot of people would like that. I hope they add that to Call of the Wild. Look at that, waterfalls. Imagine. I hope they really do add that. But this is Call of the Wild Angler that we're focusing on today. But it's a really big reserve. Looks wild, looks nice. And that's the thing about this. You're going to have to explore, find all the best fishing spots. Based on time of day, temperature, loads of different factors. But I'm loving this fly around the map. I wish more games would do this. I want to see the map, see the details, learn about what I'm playing. This location is called Golden Ridge Reserve. So that's where we're fishing, or soon will be fishing. I do like all the mountains, the settings, different locations, the variety of different places to fish. Boats, we've got to fish from boats. We can go out driving them. Can't wait. We've also got cars, 4x4s. So lots of ways to get around the map. That'll be interesting to look at the map. I think I've seen a lookout post, so I think there's some similar things to Call of the Wild, which makes sense. I wonder if there's going to be trophy lodges at some point. I'd like to see that, but I know you release fish at the moment, but I'd love to catch and, you know what I mean, your trophies. But you have got a journal, so all your catches are documented, and you can see for each species when you caught in, all things like that, and really good details. So we'll look at that as we go through. Just recently, I've changed my style of making content because I'm just having fun now and enjoying myself. When you focus on just trophy hunting, it becomes a grind, and grinding isn't really fun. And I'm just going to start playing and show everything all the time now, and hopefully that comes across a lot better. I think people want to see more honest gameplay and reviews instead of just perfectly edited stuff. It is refreshing, and it feels refreshing as well. So Golden Ridge Reserve. Here we go. So we've got characters, so you've got different things you can change on your characters. B, what's that? So I'm guessing that's male and female. You just put A and B, choose whichever you want to use. We've got one that looks like me. People are like, what do you look like, Ron? Do a face reveal. So many people say that. If you want to know what I look like, I look a bit like Tyson Fury-ish. Like a haircut like that. I'm about as tall as him as well. We'll do it at some point. But let's clothing. What are you? Are you one of those ones that likes to stand out with the big flashy gear on and stuff? Me personally, I like to be a bit more so I don't stand out, if you get what I mean. So we're just going to use quite timid colours. As you can see, you can change like this. Now this is just starting out, because I can remember in one of the dev videos that you can go to the shop and get different apparel. So I'm sure there's loads of different clothes and all kinds of sorts. We'll have a look at that when we get to the shop. But there's all kinds of different stuff, and you can rotate your character to see what the gear's like. Now at the moment, because we haven't got much, obviously there's not going to be much to look at. But once we go to the shop, we'll have a look. And imagine if you can rotate, have a look at all your stuff. It's going to make a big difference. So here we go, tutorial time.
Sophia Taylor from Taylor's
So I guess we're going to learn how to
and
fish.
I hear you're in need of a little fishing refresher. Well, let me tell you, you've come to
We're
the
in a
right
little
place.
pond.
Although another right place to go would be Taylor's
Interesting to see what it's like
right
playing
down at the
fish,
central outpost.
rod
Can't miss it.
techniques, reading in. But yeah, you're going to do a tutorial. I might not speak
first
too
things
much
first,
while I'm doing
let's
this,
get
because I'm
to the
listening to
position.
what she's telling
Step
me.
up to the pier, if you please.
We've seen an Outlook post. I can call a wild.
I see you've brought your own rod. Can't get anywhere if you don't take it out, so you do the honors. So, let's start off with a simple cast. Keep those shoulders and hips square for me.
So that's what we've got to do. I've got a really slow mass sensitivity though. And quite hard this is. You have to whip your mouse back and then throw it forward.
Reel it in. Take your time. Get used to it.
So the tutorial guides you through the basics of fishing. Pretty simple to understand. Obviously going to make some mistakes.
Feels fantastic, right? Well, I'd like to see you do a few more. Let's say 2?
I think we've got it now. Right, you watch, I'll get wrapped round me now. This is an early build, so you may see some bugs or issues. I just want to show you as is.
Now we're fishing for real.
So we've got that right.
I'd like to see a nice clean cast. Strike as soon as she bites and reel her in when she's tired.
So we're going to attempt to catch our first fish. I know it's a tutorial, so probably get one straight away. It's there to learn you how to reel in, cast, play the fish. Right, come on. Here we go. A bit too early, a bit too quick. Yeah, I need to dial it in a bit. It's a bit awkward with my mouse sensitivity, because I've got quite low mouse sensitivity. It's quite hard to flick and push the mouse back to cast. So here we go. Second time lucky, hopefully. Right. So we've got summit. I don't think it's big. It's not really fighting either. But I don't think they're going to give you a great whale for a start, are they? Here we go. Caught that smallest thing in the pond. Got an achievement there. But as you can see, largemouth bass. Juveniles. It's a baby bass. But we've got our first fish. What a beauty. Tab. Toggle UI. Just have a look at the details and then we'll see what that does. I think that's for the pictures, because you can do like picture moments. But there's the score, and that's the best rank. So I'm guessing it logs all your fish, and which is the biggest and such and such. But there we go. If you're a real fisherman, do you do a lot of bass fishing? I know it's very popular in USA. Let me know what you think.
The fish here aren't yours to keep.
Excited
so
for the game?
Even if you love her,
What are you most
you gotta
excited
let her
about?
go.
So just telling me about the float indicator now. So as I said, we're doing a tutorial. We need to learn how to play the game. We're going to make mistakes, but we'll also learn at the same time. Yeah, I need to up my mouse sensitivity, I think, for this. So the ring on the right on the outer circle is the tension indicator. So basically when your line's going to snap, when it goes right round to the top, it's going to snap. So you have to keep it below that. And it's also saying you keep the line tension. So anyone that's not fishing, because not everyone fishes, so some people have to learn more than others. Obviously if you fish, it does help you. So here we go. As you can see, we've got some tension on that. I'm going to keep that below the top point. We don't want to snap. I'm sure as we progress, different rods, reels, gear.
Let's take a look around.
Another
Can
whopper.
you climb to the top of that lookout tower for me?
But I think it's there just to show you the tension. Another beast. So that's another small bass. What we're going to do next. So I'm going to try and do these long videos for, well, as often as I can. Depends on time really. This is going to be a really long video. I'm going to keep doing them like this. Oh, we've got to go to the lookout tower. Let's put the rod away. We've got to go up there.
We're here to fish, not
What's
be
that?
fish.
So obviously you can't go diving in deep water. As we just found out. So we've got lots to do. You can fish, you can do missions. I think you've got to do favours. Lots of areas to explore. But this is the small pond we're doing the tutorial on. But obviously, I think there's a massive map, and it's going to be similar to sort of Call of Wild sort of size maps. So you go around unlocking Outpost, fast travel, lookout point towers. So anyone that's used to Call of Wild will probably get into this maybe a little bit quicker. But it's self-explanatory, and that's what the tutorial's for. So even if you haven't played Call of Wild, you'll understand it, how it works. Imagine you've got to explore all these areas trying to find where the best spots are for fish. So once you've done your bit of recce work, find out those hot spots, it's going to be a big deal. But I'm sure it's going to take quite a while. It all adds to the fishing experience. Right, so here we go. Let's collect this, our first lookout point. If there's no audio in the video, it's because of copyright. So we'll turn it off in a minute, but if you're wondering, it's nothing to do with the game, it's just to do with YouTube. Or they'll slap a big slap run basically if I play the music. So where we've got to go next?
Hello, I can see you. Can you see me? Come find me. I'm down at the Outpost.
Right, let's go to the Outpost then. As you can see, it's very nice. We'll mess about with graphic settings and other settings in a minute. I haven't changed anything. I'm on default. I think VSync's on. Maybe that's to do with the mouse as well. It feels a bit funny. I don't play with VSync on, and on a high refresh screen, makes quite a bit of difference to how your feel and movement is. But we'll have a look at that in a minute. So it is a wide open area, and we're only just at one little bit. So imagine all this water here, and you can go to anywhere because you've got a boat as well. Hopefully we'll get to try that out in a minute. So there you go, new fast travel location. So you can jump between spots. You ain't got to travel everywhere by car or boat every time. You can if you want, but obviously you can just want to go somewhere you ain't got much time. If you've unlocked it on the map, you can just fast travel there and just go to your favourite hotspot and start fishing. A lot of people have been asking, I wonder if there's actually animals roaming around. So maybe there is. We'll soon see. But here we go. Our first location unlocked. So we've got to go meet the shopkeeper. What's this? Blog writing. What's that? I can't go in there. Just seeing if we can go in. something here. What's that? Ah, cars. So that's where you get your vehicles from. Gotta go here. So, here we go. Here's the shopkeeper. What's this? Notice board or something. Wonder if you have to interact with any of this. But this is where we've got to go. So I've got some music playing. I'm just going to mute that a minute. But she's just saying, hi, how you doing? Got some bread for me. But Sophia Taylor. That's a shopkeeper. And you can buy all your gear from here. We're going to have a look at all the gear now. See what you can buy. So rods, reels, lines, lures, hooks, baits, floats, jig heads, soft plastics. So lots of equipment. Basically you'll have a beginner rod, and then obviously as you progress through the game you'll earn more money, buy better gear, also different rods, reels, all the different apparel. So there's lots to do as you progress and get better at Caught Wild the Angler, which is good. Obviously you need bigger and better reels as well. As you get bigger fish or smaller fish you need light gear, so there's something to match for what you're basically fishing for, which is normal. Anyone that does fish in real life, it's like an addiction. When you walk in a tackle shop, you go in for like a pack of hooks and come out with 50 quid or $50 worth of stuff you didn't even need. So there's a lot of variety of different things. That's the lines. Let's have a look at lures, which is going to be a favourite of mine because I am a lure fisherman. Fished with lures for many years and I do enjoy it. You're always active doing something, that's why I enjoy lure fishing. But it's quite expensive, lure fishing. These are very good, use these in real life. I mainly use those for perch, smaller pike, but yeah. Like I use one like that in real life called a Mepps Fire Tiger, very good for perch. Poppers, these are mainly for on top, so sandpike fishing, chub fishing, fishing across the top, and they make like a big popping noise, like a bow wave, and the fish love them in the right conditions. Normally like summertime. But it tells you, look, how to fish with them as well. Constant stop and go, twitch your rod to get movement into it. Frogs, these can be very good for a lot of fish. That's a weedless one as well, I think. So some have got like hook protectors, so you can cast it straight in lily pads, weeds. So basically it's a tool for every job, in every situation. You just got to choose. Tells you how to fish with them. You've got different hook sizes as well. Obviously it depends on the species you're fishing for. You don't want a massive lure for a small fish. Generally the bigger the fish, bigger the lure. I wonder if you can troll with these. Trolling's where you put your rods on a boat and you put your lures deep down in the water. I'm not sure if you can do that and then just drive the boat. Would be interesting though. So if you're listening, devs, if you're not already in, that would be very good. Yeah, a large selection of lures, so a lot of people will be happy with that. What I want to say is, and this is very important about video games also, this is an open world fishing game, so you won't have everything in you want at the start, but the key is, like the Hunter team, when they make games, they support them for a very long time, and you gradually get content added what you want, and they want the community to basically build this game. So what we've got basically is you want a good core at the start launch, and then basically add more content, build, tweak, and make the game really good over a period of time. So that's what we're looking forward to, and like I say, drop in the comments what you want to see added if you haven't already seen it. So we've got all types of different floats, jig heads. I wondered if these would be in them because, especially in America, they're very popular. You basically use these for the weight of like soft plastic lures. As you can see, they're next. But you use these in different weights, different hook sizes, and then you put like a worm on it like that, and you hook it through it. and they're very popular, especially for like bass and stuff. They work well for pike, perch, but mainly Americans mainly use them. But a lot of lure fishermen have sort of adapted to using them now, and they're more common in a lot of other locations. But if you click tab on any of the items, you can see all about them, and they tell you a description about them if you're not sure how to use them, because obviously not everyone's going to be fishing who's playing this. So you need to all know what things are for, and the description is there, which is useful. So that's most of the equipment covered. There we go. Now onto apparel. As you can see, you've got boots, gloves, tops, bottoms, hats, accessories. As I said at the start, when we was looking at a character, imagine now I've got all this, you can change all kinds of stuff. Wellies, sneakers, gloves. So we've got a lot of variety. Imagine in multiplayer as well. Are you going to be one of those guys that stands out? You're going to have a bright pink top on, big yellow shoes or something, or you're going to be a bit more toned down. You can do whatever you want, but in multiplayer it'll be fun with friends, and people will get to know who you are basically by what you're wearing. I wonder if you've got orange hat. I hope so. A lot of people know me from the Hunter Classic because I used to wear, well, I still do wear orange hat, sort of like a little trademark. As you can see, there's lots of gears. Some of these t-shirts I actually like. I've got a few Hunter t-shirts from the devs. Thank you for those. Must get them on the wall. I'm going to put them in a like photo frame. Also got some nice posters. Similar to that, I've got one similar to that one. So lots of apparel, lots of variety. So it's nice to see they've added all this. So you can basically do whatever you want clothing wise. Lots of mix and matches. All kinds of styles. But I'll go through every item and then you know exactly what's here. They'll probably get more added to it as well as the game develops. And like I said, I'm talking about long-term support. So I'm sure we'll have lots of things in the store in the future. You can also buy different boats, vehicles, so there's a lot of items in game already at launch. So I'm excited to see and explore all around the map. What other locations would you like? Drop in the comments. What other kinds of fishing would you like to see? I'd like to see fly fishing. That'd be cool. You could have so many different options, you know what I mean? You could have sea fishing, you could have ice fishing. The variety, locations is almost endless what you could add. So let me know what top 3 locations you'd like to come in the future for Colourwide the Angler. Also, what types of fishing you'd like which aren't in at the moment. Drop them in as well. But fishing is, if you think about it, the amount of items, content you could add, it's almost limitless. It really is how much you could add. So here's the boats. It's going to be interesting in multiplayer in boats. Wonder how that works. Are you going to go for the super fast one? Do you want one with more room in? Interesting to see what the different characteristics are of the boats. How varied they are. Are you going to have a big bright coloured one? Something that stands out? Are you one of those people? Or are you just going to want low key colours? Not that it really matters to the fish. Here's the cars. The ATV Jeeps, 4x4s. Just seeing which ones I like best. As you can see, a lot of variety and a lot of content to choose from. But as I was saying before, people will get to know, like in multiplayer or whatever, what vehicle you're driving. You can use that as sort of a thing. If you click tab, like I say, you can also see all the details about the 4x4s. So thank you, Sophia. We've had a look at all the equipment you can buy at the shop. Maybe get stuff added as you progress in the game as well. But we're doing a tutorial. We've got to get the complementary bait. So how do we do that? Equipment, bait, yeah, baits, bread. So we've got to basically get some free bread off her, because we've only got one gold coin. 10. We'll buy.
Now,
oh, it's free, isn't it? That's
you
why.
don't put your bait on your rod.
I'm trying to pay with 1 and for 10, and it's free anyway. So we got that. So, what we've got to do now? We've got to put it on. So, let's see if we can get this right. As said, showing you every sort of step. No editing. We're learning for the first time. So now we've got to change it and put the bread on instead of the bloodworm. So it's pretty simple really. Which is good. You don't want over-complicated systems. She's just talking to me, telling me about the tackle shop. I muted it just in case it does copyright. You never know with a character. I don't think it would, but there's the tackle shop. So highly detailed, looks great. Where we've got to go next. Right, we're going down to the water. Maybe we're going to start doing some fishing. I know you all want to see me fishing, but I want to show you exactly as it is as you start the game. Then you know everything you want to know. Music's just started again. In fact, before we get there, let's just go into the options and see if we can turn that off. I don't want to keep muting it. So as you can see, now we're in game, there's a lot more options, and we'll go over those in a minute. So music off. So I'm happy now. No need to keep muting it. Not for the music anyway. So we've got to go to this jetty. What a lovely setting. What we're going to do down here. Lo and behold, I turn the music off and there's a little item there on that barrel and it plays a little bit of music. Typical. So Bear Lake, that's where we're at in a minute. Boats. I think we'll dive on a boat in a minute. Let's get this done first. What we're going to do, learn about drags. Basically on the back and on your reel or front of your reel you get a drag. Explains there. But it allows line to come off your reel when it's just going to break. So if you set it right, you should never snap. It is a key thing in fishing. You want to have it so you can just pull it off. That's how I normally set mine.
Try setting your drag higher.
Z and X to go up and down, so you can set it tighter or slacker. So nice and simple.
Your drag lower ago.
Change it up and down. Set to 30%. Catch a fish. So here it goes. We've got bread on now. Bread is very good for fishing. You can either use it as like paste or floating crust on top. Lots of different various ways of doing it. But let's see what we catch here. It's probably just going to be a small fish again, just for the tutorial. But at least you're learning how to play the game. It's simple to learn as well. A nice, easy system, which is key. I like that you can see the fish in the water as well. When you see little ripples, that's normally fish near the surface. You see them jump out sometimes as well. So there's different various ways of locating fish. Got a little nibble. I think you're better to turn that off. I think it's just for the tutorial and that, but I'm hoping there's an option to turn that off, which I think there will be. We'll have to look at that later. But we've got a fish, and as you can see, the drag, the tension, don't want to get it too high, don't want it to snap. And remember, we're only on like a beginner rod anyway, sort of. So you're not going to be catching monsters on it. Like, look at this beauty. Monster bass. They go quite big, bass do. But that is a toddler. But that's that part of the tutorial done. So we've learnt about drags, drag settings, and like I said, it's very important with fishing. There you go. What we've got to do next. So we've got to learn about pumping. So that's when you lift the rod up and down when you're playing a fish. You basically want to keep the line tight. An angle on the rod can maneuver the fish. So say there's a snag, you want to bring it up, keep the line as tight as possible and put pressure on the fish.
Alright,
as much
now
as you
let's
can,
try
and that's where
catching
the
a
drag
fish with
helps
what
as
you know
well,
about
because
drag.
in case you
Try
do too
not
much,
to let the fish
you
gain
can
too
just
much
give her a
line
little
by
bit of
keeping
line
your tension
and you
high
don't
when you
snap.
need to.
But how do we do this? Now this is different in a few different fishing games I've played, so it'll be interesting to see how this mechanic works.
Okay, now
Struck.
pump it.
So I'm bringing the rod up, so you keep the line tight and then you should go down with the rod, but you don't want to leave slack line. So if you go down and leave it slack, the hook could come out the fish's mouth because the line is loose. So you go up and down in rhythm to catch the fish.
That's another beauty.
And you just do
Very
that by
natural.
going right,
And finally,
lifts up,
it's been a
let
pleasure,
off, relax
but
down.
Taylor's
and
tackles
it's
needs
pretty
me.
simple to do.
Go check in with
So
the warden.
that was
Don't
easy
forget
enough.
to drop by.
Like I say, you're learning new game mechanics, and when you've played other fishing games or other hunting games, it takes a little while for it to just settle in your mind and become used to it. The more you play, the more familiar you get to it. Find the warden. Alright, who's the warden? Where are you? He's over there. I want to go on the boat. I want to go on the boat. We'll go on the boat before the end of the video. But don't worry, like I say, I'm going to go through all the gameplay, show you it, warts and all, and you'll see everything I see. So let's jog over to the warden. Warden is a thing in all the hunter games, especially classic. What's he got to say? So tutorial, got some credits for that, some money achievement. So basically we've got to do favours for him, and he'll reward you by doing these as you go round the reserve. So it's another reason to do bits and bobs for him, which is good. So look, we've got a journal there by clicking J. I've just muted him talking just in case it triggers out. We'll find out more later on. But he's a comical character, let's just say that. He's got loads of sayings and such. He likes to have a laugh and a joke with you. It reminds me of some Texans I know. So we've got to visit the watermill. So basically they're getting you to explore the map. You can do missions, you can do favours. Let's have a look. So we're currently doing the tutorial, but you've got the golden tour as well, favours, game guide. So you've got all the things you need in here if you want to find out what's going off, what you're doing. But as you can see, lots of areas to visit, and we're doing a tutorial at the minute, but the golden tour. You can track the mission by clicking enter. So what's these? Dinosaur bones, oxide daisy. So there's loads of different things which I have no idea what we've got to do, but they're in here in the journal. So look, you can, if you forget about the tutorial or get confused, you can go to the game guide. This will tell you about what we've just done in the tutorial. It's all written in here, so you can't really get it wrong. But as a beginner, obviously you're going to learn the game and learn about things. Let's take a look at the in-game map. Here we are. So lots of locations to visit. Looks like lots of outposts as well. So we got to go. So basically he wants you to visit these locations so you can unlock them, and then you can fish from them, fast travel from them, which is ideal. I'm just looking what we've got. We've got a few things, but obviously we're just starting out. So we're able to catch a few small fish to start, earn some money, then buy better gear, get bigger fish, explore more. But as a beginner, you can have a few things, just enough to get you started. Got a handbook as well. So this will list your fishes. As you catch them, the different species as well. So best score for that species, what they like to eat. So very handy. I'm really happy to see perch in here, pike, sauger, that looks like a zander to me, golden trout. What else we got? Bluegills, channel catfish, interesting to see how strong they are, lake trout, rainbow trout, yellow perch, one of my favourite species, northern pike, and what's the last one? Mountain whitefish. I don't know much about them. Let me know about them and how you catch them, but it tells you they're in the thing, but I mean in real life. So we've got this and it shows you all the other details. So there's a lot of great detail made, blog writing. You collect these as you walk around. So your profile, it just shows you your biggest catch, true score, interesting. All the details of what you're doing game are all logged in here. So really well thought out, especially when you think about longevity and things like that. You can go back and see your biggest whatever fish and when you got it and all that kind of details, so it's good. Favorite rod, so it knows what you use the most and things like that. Distance traveled on car, land. What's this over here? Got something on this board. Boat driving. So look, you've got more tutorials on here you can do. You just click on the posters. Nice sort of touch. Boat handling. Should we look for some boats? He wants us to go in the car. Ron wants to go on a boat. I know you want to see boats as well. Car or boat? Car or boat? I'm just seeing if you can cancel these or take them off. Car driving, float fishing. Not sure. I do want to get on a boat before I end this video. But this is how you get cars. You go here, click E. Pretty simple. Then enter to call for your car. Every time I walk near the shop, she keeps calling me over to come and buy stuff. You're wondering why I'm just muting it near there. Right, let's go to the jetty. It's boat time. Ron's decided. Forget the car for a minute. We're going boating. I want to see what the handle like. Let's get down there. So here we are at the jetty. Give me my boat.
The next step is to call a boat. The valet will have it there in a flash.
So, like the cars, you click on the board and you get the boat. Wonder which one it's going to give me. I guess it don't really matter. It's more about learning to drive it. There we go. Apparently it's lightning fast. We'll soon see. Make sure we don't fall in. Just hop onto it, I suppose. In we go. So this is telling you about passengers and how it works with a boat. The woman's just saying, I mentioned I've got on my application that I can drive boats. I don't remember submitting that. We'll have a go though. Here goes. So it looks like it's very simple. W to go forward, A and D to go left and right. S is like the brake really. So we'll just try a few different things, see what it feels like. It's quite natural, easy to do. So they made it nice and simple and fun to use. Interesting to see what it's like fishing on here. Especially in multiplayer when you've got like 4 people in there. Imagine learning where all the spots are. Even this is just one location. Look how big it is. You can go anywhere in the water on your boat. So you're doing so many different depths to the water, locations of fish. So yeah, it's going to take a long time to go around the map and learn all the locations. Right, so we've got to our location now. We've got to fish from the boat. So here goes. Nice and simple, stand up. And we've got to catch a fish. Now, I don't know what it is. I've got some weird like shadow thing going off in the water. I don't know if it's to do with a graphical driver or a setting in game. I'll look into that more later on. I'm just seeing if I can see any fish, because sometimes you can see them swimming around or areas where they could be. Little splashes, ripples on the water. I'm guessing for the tutorial it's just they're everywhere. There's one on it already, so we don't have to wait long. So here we go, we've got a fish. Make sure it don't snap us. Like I say, we're only on a beginner rod, so can't see it being a monster. And we'll get into that as we progress. But there we go. It's a monster, look at that! That is massive. It's small. But we've done the tutorial of fishing from a boat. Now we've got to beach the boat. So we've got to basically get back on land without falling in the water, which I'm good at. So what you're liking, what you're seeing up to yet in Colorwire theAngler. Like I say, this is the first video, getting used to it, learning about it. We're going to explore more, and I'm going to show you all the gameplay from start to finish as we progress. It's going to be a long-term stay on my channel, so don't worry about that. We've got lots of content now from a few different games now. We've got the Hunter Classic, we've got the Hunter Caught Wild, we've got Where the Hunter, and now we've got Colorwire theAngler. I'm very happy to see that. I've been waiting for a fishing game for a long time, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Just can't wait to explore, get some new rods, reels, new items, and go and find those monster fish. So this is our first go look at Colorwire theAngler. It was simple to get through the tutorial, well thought out, well explained. I'm enjoying it. Can't wait to get fishing on the next video, which will come up straight after this. Lots of content being made for it. I'm Ron McTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channels. Hope you enjoyed the video. Get ready for the next Colorwire theAngler video straight after this. Also, it releases on August the 31st. So thanks for watching. Bye bye. Get ready for the next video after this.